Why is it easier than ever to be successful today? Well, if you stay tuned, I'm going to give you my reasons. Hey, Darren here. So today we're discussing why it's easier than ever to be successful. Now, what does it mean to be successful? It means different things to different people. If you follow my channel, you know it's all about setting goals and achieving them. For our purposes today, we're going to talk about business and financial goals, as well as health and fitness goals. Now, the reason we're going to concentrate on those two things is because I believe that if you get your business and financial goals under control, you actually have some discretionary income, and you're not worried about how you're going to pay the rent, and if you have your health under control and have enough energy to enjoy your life, that pretty much the rest just falls in line. So let's start with business. When I was growing up, if a person wanted to have a business, most likely they were going to have to rent a storefront, invest in inventory, invest in insurance and employees, and then hope that they made a profit. As far as getting customers, they relied on the signage in their window, so foot traffic and whatnot, or they could advertise on radio, or they could advertise on TV, or most commonly, they would send out mailers, or what we know as junk mail, which usually wound up in the trash in most cases. Nowadays, you can be a teenager with a great website or sales funnel, and you can make a great living online. And that brings up another interesting point. You can actually have a successful business without anyone ever seeing who you are. You can do it anonymously. Now, of course, there are many people like myself who put their face out there on YouTube and on their websites, but it's not necessary. So that's an advantage by having these websites or sales funnels. It's kind of evening the playing field between the average Joe and the mega corporations. With regard to a teenager being able to make money, some of you may know that when I was much younger, I was in real estate, and I decided that I wanted to do business in a fairly upscale neighborhood near my real estate office. Now, I had a great appearance, and I was sharp, and I had learned all sorts of things, and I was hardworking, but because of the fact that I looked so young, a lot of people didn't want to trust me with multi-million-dollar listings. By way of comparison, sometimes we would have brand new agents come into our office, people say in their 40s, 50s, or 60s, who actually had some gray hair and didn't know anything, but because of their appearance and their gray hair, people were more likely to do business with them. So that's one advantage we have in this day and age. You can operate a business anonymously and still do very well for yourself. And as far as advertising or getting your message or product in front of people, well, just look what's available to us nowadays. Not only do we have social media, which gets your face or your message or your ad in front of thousands or millions of people, and sometimes very targeted, but there are other things that have come along in recent years that also help to do that. So, to my way of thinking, it's a better time than ever. It's very inexpensive to get yourself a domain such as mycoolbusiness.com or something along those lines. It costs hardly anything at all. Doesn't cost much to have a website hosted or to create a website or a sales funnel. And actually, it doesn't cost that much to get assistance with that if you don't feel like you have the skills or you're not technically inclined. Although I will tell you, it's much easier than it used to be. There are a lot more user-friendly ways of doing things for non-technical people than there used to be. So, between not having to tie up money in inventory and rent, lower startup costs, less risk, and far greater ways to get your ad, so to speak, in front of people, to really targeted audiences in some cases, I would say it's a better time than ever to try to start a business. Now, any sort of business is going to have some sort of risk, or you're going to have a learning curve. I mean, nothing's guaranteed, and even in this day and age, there's no such thing as pressing a couple of buttons and just having the money rush to you. But based on the reasons that I've stated, I think it's a better time than ever for the average person, someone who did not major in business at a prestigious college, to attempt to run an online business. Now, I will provide links in the description of this video to the various things that I've referenced here, and hopefully you will find them helpful. So now let's move on to health and fitness. Now, I am not a healthcare professional, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a licensed trainer or anything like that. So I'm hesitant to give any real advice along those lines. I will tell you that anecdotally, I have found fasting, intermittent fasting, and an occasional ketogenic diet to be very helpful for my purposes. I actually used to weigh a great deal more, and I was very unhealthy. And I still have a ways to go. I'm still setting goals all the time, but I'm in far better condition than I was just a few years ago. So in that regard, I will also put some links in the description for some YouTubers who I trust and I think deserve a following. I have no affiliation with them. I get nothing for referring you to their channels, but I think that you'll find their information really useful, and if you really apply it, hopefully you'll improve your health and start to meet your health goals. Basically, I want you to be successful, whatever that means to you. So hopefully the information I provide on this channel can help you move towards reaching business and financial goals, learning new skills, finding new resources, and hopefully you'll have good enough health to enjoy it all once you get there. So as usual, I'm going to ask that if you've enjoyed the content of this video, that you like and subscribe to my channel, and what the heck, share the video, might do someone some good. And it's my hope that once you do become successful, that you will do everything that you can to help others become successful. Wow, what if everyone did that? Interesting thought. All right, well, until next time, this has been Darren, and dare to be great.